I was meeting with one of my mentors last fall, and he's a church planter. He's in his 60s. His name's Jay. He's planted 7 churches, and he's actually about to go plant another one. This guy is crazy. Like he literally, it's wild because pastoring is actually, I mean, I guess it depends on who you ask, but pastoring can be like a church that's established can be fairly easy once you've been doing it for a while when you're graced for it. But man, starting to plant a church, like it's totally different than pastoring, like the first year or two. There's some crossover. But this guy just a glutton for punishment. He'll get the church off the ground for 6 months, and then he'll hand it to somebody else, and then he'll go do all the hard work again. But it's what makes him come alive. And he's doing it again right now at the ripe age of 62, his 8th church. But I remember we were having a conversation, and he was challenging me about a few things. That's how you know it's a good coach, when you can be challenged. And he started talking to me about fruit. He said, Brandon, he's like, I know you know about the fruit of the Spirit, and you preach it, you teach it, and all that kind of stuff. He's like, but remember, Jesus talked about a fruit that will last. Like it doesn't expire. It's not momentary. It's not going to be good a few weeks ago like I showed you and really bad now. Like there's a fruit that lasts. He's like, remember, Brandon, Jesus was sitting, maybe walking with his disciples, and it's dark outside, and he's walking to the Garden of Gethsemane, and he's having this conversation with his disciples, and he looks at the 11 that are left, because one left. He said, you are my friends if you do what I command. Then he said, I no longer, this is wild, Jesus said this, I no longer call you slaves, because a master doesn't confide in slaves. Now you are my friends, and I've told you what the Father told me. Then he also reminded them, you didn't choose me. I chose you. To do what? I appointed you to go and produce lasting fruit. And here's what's wild. When you produce lasting fruit, so that the Father will give you what you ask for, using my name. And then he puts the underlying fruit. This is my command, love each other. This kind of fruit, man, this can be real tasty this week. I got my red bell pepper. I got a green pepper. No lie, it's the size of this bowl. I was going to bring it, but then I couldn't bring any other fruit. I'd just be bringing you a bell pepper, and that's not very exciting. But this fruit's going to be real good this week. I got a lot more at home. This is just what could fit in here. But in a few weeks, if I don't eat this, it's going to look like. It's going to look like the other one. And it's not just going to look bad. It's going to smell bad. I'm not going to be around it. See, in life, a lot of times the fruit that we have, that we display, or really, that's something to even think about, is do you have fruit that's on display, or do you have fruit that you can eat? Because I don't want no artificial fruit. I want the real thing. And Jesus says when you walk in the fruit of the Spirit, it's fruit that will last. Because, I've had people in my life that I may not even notice it then, but they were good to me when I didn't deserve goodness. They saw something in me when I didn't see something in myself. They were good to me when other people didn't believe. They came when no one else came. They gave when other people weren't giving. And they saw something, and they were good. That's fruit that lasts. Because I'm still talking about it, still remembering it. There's things that people have said to me that aren't even on earth anymore. They've passed, they've gone to heaven, and their fruit still lasts with me. And it's the same way with you. Everybody in this room, everybody watching online, when you walk in the fruit of the Spirit, and guess what? The fruit of the Spirit isn't just, like, it pleases God, but it doesn't help Him. It helps people. And when you walk in the fruit of the Spirit, and you're kind to people, you're loving to people, you have joy when you don't have a reason for joy, you have peace when you don't have a reason for peace, you're kind even though you didn't have your coffee yet, you're walking in your self-control even though every chemical and impulse in your body is telling you not to. That's fruit that lasts. And that impacts other people. And the reason that we're still here is to love and reach other people. Because I got news to you. I can get to know God a whole lot better in heaven. It's going to be easier. I'm still going to get to know him. I'm still going to worship him. I'm still going to have a relationship with him. But I'm still here to reach people, to have fruit that will last. So that's my challenge to us as our body, our 6-month-old baby church, to have fruit that lasts in life, that tastes sweet to the one eating it. And when you have fruit that lasts, it's a sign that God is not only leading you, but you are following him.